This is Artifact 5, Standard 2.3, Criterion 7, Model New Resources or Tools. On my blog, I talk about mobile learning apps, especially ones that are good for collaboration amongst my colleagues as well as with students. I modeled and talked about Padlet, Flipgrid, now known as Flip, as well as Microsoft Teams. And what I did after I evaluated them is I went and I created a Nearpod that I sent out to my colleagues where I had them read about and learn a little bit more about each one of these mobile learning apps and then evaluate them and talk about how they would use them in their teaching, as well as to communicate with each other in their professional learning networks or in their PLCs. In the Nearpod, I first go through each one and I describe kind of the main features of these mobile learning apps and how they can be used to better communicate and collaborate in a professional setting. I shared a video of each one to talk about or to show them even more in-depth one-on-one use. I used Padlet as my first one, where teachers were able to answer the question, how would you use Padlet in your classroom? And came up with several great ideas on how to best use this tool. We then went through Flipgrid to look at the features, kind of the benefits of using this mobile learning app as a way to collaborate with our PLCs, to send quick videos, or even to let students express their ideas, learn from one another, and collaborate with each other as well. I showed my colleagues an example that I used in my AP Human Geography class about using Flipgrid in the classroom and kind of what that looked like as a model for them. And we talked about the positives and negatives that came from that and the learning experiences that came from it as well. We discussed the students' reaction to it, what they liked, what they didn't like, and how we can improve it in the future. I then asked my colleagues to create a Flipgrid video themselves and answer the question, how would you use Flipgrid in your classroom? The last mobile learning app that we used was Microsoft Teams. This is one where my colleagues are very used to using this already, but we talked about different settings that they could use and how this can help to increase collaboration amongst professional learning networks. Teachers then shared how they would use Microsoft Teams to improve collaboration in their PLCs.